Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of Fabric Fridays with me, Mary Morningstar Johnson from Ruby and Violet Designs. I hope that everyone is having a wonderful Christmas, and I'm excited to be able to do this episode today with you guys. It's going to be a little bit of a different episode. I'm actually going to show you guys my favorite rulers, and I'm going to show you how they work and what I use them for, and maybe it will inspire you. And I'm also going to show you some fabric to do a black and white quilt. But anyway, let's jump in and I will show you. So the first one I'm going to show you, this is called Beaded Curtain, and it's by Lorelei Harris for Lorelei Designs. I really like these kinds of fabrics that have the skinnier lines to them to use for binding fabric. This fabric is by, it's Wyndham Fabrics, and it's Hazel by Allison Harris for Cluck Cluck Sew. If you haven't checked out her website, definitely check out her website. I started following a lot of what she does. Oh gosh, it would have been 2011, 2012. She has a lot of really great patterns. She's written books. She had one pattern, and it was a month-to-month pattern, and I loved it. Oh my gosh, I don't remember what it was called off the top of my head, but anyway, Allison is great, and if you haven't checked her out, definitely check out, it says Cluck Sew, but I'm pretty sure it's Cluck Cluck Sew. So I will post the Instagram handle below and you can follow her. But this is just a really nice overall print. And then this fabric is Diamond Eye, the Alexander Henry Fabrics Collection. It's from 2006. I love this print. It's a little bit bigger than what I tend to like, but I really like it. This next one is a Riley Blake chevron print. I love chevron. I just do. I might kind of go out on a limb and do some really crazy mixed prints in this quilt. I'm not really sure, but again, this fabric, I'm not really sure. I think this fabric came from Joann Fabrics. I love these stars in this fabric, and there's no, in the selvage, it does not list the designer. It doesn't even say Joann Fabrics. So I'm not 100% sure where this fabric came from, but I really like it. And then this is another Lorelei Harris. So this one is called Halo Dot. And again, I love stripes. I love dotted fabric. This is just a little bit more unique of a dot fabric, and this also from far away gives me a really light. So stay tuned, because next I'm going to show you guys some of my favorite rulers. Hi guys, and welcome back, and welcome to my kitchen. I'm using my kitchen island to show you guys these rulers. So the first ruler that I'm going to show you guys is my Stripology ruler, and this one has slats in it, and it's by the 1/2 inch, and you can cut strips with it. And I just think that this is just the best invention, because you can put your fabric down on your cutting mat, and you can put your Stripology ruler down, and you can just take your rotary cutter and just make tons of different strips of fabric, whatever width. I'm going to flip the camera down here so that you guys can see me cut with my Stripology ruler. Okay, so as you can see, I have my ruler lined up with my fabric. I kind of started it over here on the edge, and then I can count this way with the numbers that are marked. So, and I like that it's clear and that I can see through it, and it's got the numbers at the top, and it also has the numbers on the bottom. So for this cut, I'm gonna count over 3.5, so 1, 2, 3.5, and I can just put my rotary blade in there and press down and cut up. And when I lift this up, I've got my nice 3.5-inch strip. And so if I wanted more of these, I could just keep counting over 3.5 and just keep cutting as I go. But for right now, I'm just gonna cut this one. So anyway, this Stripology ruler is by Creative Grids, who also does Angela Walter's quilting rulers. And it's also nice because the back side here has like a non-slip on it, kind of like Angela's quilting rulers. And it's really nice because it doesn't slip and slide when you have it on your fabric. So anyway, if you don't have one of these and you're cutting a lot of strips for binding or cutting a lot of strips for different projects, I definitely recommend it because it'll save you time from having to keep moving your ruler over. You can just have this down and you're gonna get more consistent cuts. So the next rulers that I'm gonna show you guys are these triangle trimmers from Fons and Porter. They're two different ones, and the nice thing about these is that they can really be used for any size triangle, because even if this is bigger, even if the triangle you're doing is bigger than this or smaller than this, the corner can still fit into the corner of the triangle to get it trimmed correctly. So the blue one you are going to use probably way more than you use the pink one. And that's just because the pink one is more for triangles that go up against your piece like this. The blue one, you can see the grain here. A lot of times you're matching up this bottom part of the triangle to whatever it is that you're sewing it to. So that's why you use the blue one first. But I'm going to show you guys how you decide which one that you're going to need to use as you're working. And I like for my pieces to be, you know, kind of almost exactly like they need to be, and get them trimmed down appropriately so that when I'm sewing them up, I know there's no like slipping. I can kind of see those edges, how they meet, and just kind of know that that's where it's supposed to sit. So anyway, I'm going to show you guys how these work. So as you can see, I have the pink ruler and I have the blue ruler. And then I have my two sets of triangles to give you guys two examples of which you use for which. So this block right here that kind of looks like a house, you can see that the edges of the triangle go over the edge of the square. I mean, you can, if you're sewing this on and you're trying to sew, you know, your corners on to make this a bigger block with like this in the middle as a diamond. So I'll show you guys kind of an example. And you're trying to make a bigger block like this with this in the middle. You can see that your triangles overlap. And then so you can guess and try to, you know, line it up in the center, try to sew it, and then trim your edges, and then hopefully it works. But what's a little bit better and a little bit more efficient is to use your Fons and Porter triangle trimmer. And what you can do is you can see how you're going to trim this. So you can see the edge of the block here, and then you can see the edge of the trimmer, and this matches this triangle, and your grain line tells you where your grain line is going to be. And you can cut multiple at a time once you know, kind of figure out where the block is going to be. And anyway, you just hold this here, get your rotor cutter out, slice that. And then when you go to sew that at your 1/4 inch, you can see that when you sew it over, it makes a nice edge along there. So that's the first one. That's the blue one. And like I said, you'll use this one probably 80–90% of the time. And then your pink one is going to be for when your block is more like this. So when you put this over like this, you can see how it lines up and this hangs over. And if you try to put your blue on here, you can see that the angle is wrong to cut that. So pull your pink out, line that up there, and you can see that it lines up with a perfect straight edge right there. Trim that. And then when you go to sew that at your 1/4 inch, move your block over, you don't have all that excess at the top. So that's your triangle trimmers. It's, you know, it's not an essential tool, but it can make life easier for you, especially if, you know, you like to line things up like I do. The next rulers I'm going to show you, I'm not going to demonstrate just because I showed a video before using the Dresden plates, and so, or well, I showed a Dresden block, but after I had watched Angela Walter's video on doing Dresden blocks, I really wanted the correct, I think it was 21, 22 degree Dresden ruler, and so I ordered that from Missouri Star Quilt Company. So I got that in a week ago, I think, and I love Missouri Star Quilt Company's rulers because they're always you're usually this neon green. Makes it very easy to locate these rulers, and so if you're looking for a good Dresden ruler, definitely recommend Missouri Star Quilt Companies. I also got from me and my sister Designs, I had gotten this for, they did this pattern, I think they made this into like a beach ball, and so this is actually like a double Dresden one, and this was a little bit big for what I wanted to do this last time, but I do really like the design of that Dresden, almost like a wreath kind of, but it was really neat how they did the beach ball with this, and so I'll probably use this one at some point. And then this one's not a Dresden one, but this is just a teeny tiny little tumbler ruler, and I'll show a picture. I did a mug rug out of using Fig Tree and Company's some fall Halloween fabric that I love. So anyway, this is a great little tumbler block or tumbler ruler. The pieces just go together perfectly, and you can see the line in there. It accounts for your 1/4 inch seam. So the actual size in the middle is what you're going to get with your tumbler. So there are a million different rulers out there that you can use, and they all really do I think make quilting so much easier. Of course, it can get expensive to invest all that money. So you might make sure that it's, you know, worth the investment for the projects that you're working on. But anyway, I hope that you guys enjoyed seeing these different rulers that I like to use. Thank you guys for watching this week's episode, and I hope that you guys have had a really wonderful week, a very Merry Christmas today. We'll see you back next week. So anyway, Merry Christmas, enjoy your evening, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.